Hi all, welcome back to the screencast. This video we are going to understand how to use dictionaries. So let's get started. Dictionaries are one of the most powerful data structures that are present in Python, which enables us to do a lot of things without requiring a lot of code. So we saw how to use list and set in the earlier video, and we know now how to handle an array of information, that is list. But sometimes what happens is you have data which is somewhat related to each other, then it is very difficult to use the list and set for this operation because the data is somewhat structured and not completely unstructured. So we use dictionaries for that. Dictionaries are also called as hash value pairs in key value pair and hash maps in other languages. Now when we look at a list stores items sequentially in memory. So the first element is located at 0, zeroth position. This is located on the first position, second, third, fourth in the list object and also in the memory object. So say the address of this the first element of the list is 500, then this is going to be 501 2, 3 is going to be 502 and so on. But when you come to a dictionary, things are non-linear. So let's say you have a dictionary. You define an empty dictionary by curly brackets. So you see type class as dictionary. Now what you do is you just do a so what we created is a value India to the key IN. So as I said, dictionary is a key value pair. So we created this. Now let's add one more. So you can see now we have two elements. The first key is IN, the value of that IN is India. The second key is USA and the value is United States. So we saw here how to create a dictionary, create an empty dictionary for that matter, and how to create two elements of the dictionary. So now when you think about a dictionary, my advice to you is to forget everything about arrays, because an array is a sequential data structure but a dictionary is not. It When you traverse an array, all you do is for I in list, but that is not possible in dictionary because there is no such thing as an order to a dictionary. What we have to do is we have to use the keys method of the dictionary class to fetch all the keys of the current dictionary, and we fetch the elements based upon the keys. So let's say you wanted to print all the keys which are present in our dictionary. Just type a dot keys. So that will return a object of class dict underscore keys, which is a lazy loading something it is called. The motto behind that is it won't return a value until you use it. So uh, in Python 2, what this function would have returned is a list object like this. But now it is not returning complete object, but I mean a list, but it is returning an object. So what you can do is for I in a dot keys, you can do this. So let's say I want to now print the values. Percent s and percent s. So this is like that. So when you have a key and a value, what you can do is you can access the value by giving the dictionary object square bracket and the key, and the value is returned. Now, the next logical question which you might be having in your mind is what all values are acceptable in the values portion and what all values are acceptable in the keys portion. So there is a concept called as hashable entities. So I highly encourage you to Google that up, and or you can read in my book as well. There is a link to the Python documentation. Now, I won't go into depth of hashable data structures, but I tend to remember it in this way that every basic data structure is an hashable data structure, and only hashable data structures are allowed to be keys inside a dictionary, whereas values can be anything. So you can have integer, float, and string keys inside a dictionary, and values can be anything. Values, you can have list, set, tuple, or you can have dictionaries itself, so it doesn't matter. Now say there is also a function called as not dict, it is zip. We'll be looking at that later. So I guess this is all about the basics of dictionaries. Now, dictionaries come into picture when we try to do some complex stuff. Say, we'll see that in a future example. Say you have an array, a hundred students. These are the marks of the students, and say you have another array, 100 arrays of the student names. So if you wanted to, I mean, if you were the programmer of the school or college and you wanted to write a program to chart out the performance of the students in your exam, so what you would do, I normally without using dictionaries, is you'll just sort the arrays, or you'll just run a for loop and then print the zeroth location, zero, the name of the person at the zeroth address. So instead of all that hassle, all you can do is you can create a dictionary object with the key as the student name and marks as the value, assuming of course that the student names are distinct. So if you have 100 elements, then there are 100 student distinct student names, and then you can perform operations on a dictionary. So that's about it for this dictionaries video. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for the next one.